I mean, what's wrong with this? We'll have to wait and see, because I want to see another person's actual gameplay, rather than like a trailer gameplay. We'll see the trailer gameplay first. The thing that I like the most about this is that everything seems to pop out. It's very clear. I mean, this is coming from someone that, you know, like... It's the anti-Reforged. Because Reforged, everything was super... Anyway, I'll just mute Warcraft 3, it's getting a bit noisy. Reforged was really blurry and hard to see what the hell was going on. But you can clearly see here, that's a horse, those are sheep, that's a villager with berries. Like, straight away, that's a mill, that's a farm or whatever, that's the town centre. Like, the colours are very clear. That's what I like so far. And that's the most important thing. Like, I'd rather the gameplay be good and that you can visually see everything you want to see, rather than it be like super good graphics or something like that. Because inevitably super good graphics don't look very good in an RTS game anyway, as you see. But no, look, they're very clear. It's a pipe thing, very obvious. Like, that's a pretty high up shot, and you can easily identify like the villagers in the farms and stuff like that. The town bell, you know, the blacksmith, it's like the smoke coming out. That's a barracks. Well, I assume it's a barracks or an archery range. No, I don't think the camera will probably go up that far, but I'm just saying. The UI is pretty minimalistic, so I don't know whether that can be edited or anything like that. No, I haven't played this. I never even played anything Age of Empires 4 related, other than Age of Empires 2, 3, and 1, you know, but not actually anything within Age of Empires 4. No beta, no nothing. Right, look at that. Those are trebuchets, or they're some sort of siege vehicle. I assume they're trebuchets or some sort of cannon thing. You got bowmen, you can see the bows clearly there. You got horseback riders with bows, spearmen, horse spears. So you can, like, right away you can sort of very clearly tell. If you was looking at a combat scenario, you know what's what. Those are packed buildings. Oh wow. I'm sure people are going to troll then and sort of like build in other people's bases. Oh, you got a little fire symbol. That means it's very important to repair that, otherwise it's just going to burn until it dies, basically. Guys that can set buildings on fire. That's caravan. Wait, what was that? So there's the UI, it's pretty simplistic. You got the health, you got the armor type. I don't know if that's how many times it can be upgraded. Like maybe the health can be upgraded more times. So it's a melee infantry producer, QWAS. And those are rally points. I'm not sure what that is. Like 2 times swordsman, 2 times axeman or something. Oh, you can hide in the trees, in the shrubbery. There's the fog of war. Ambush. It's like something out to show the Vikings. That was a pretty one-sided fight. You've got the next stage, Castle Age. Then come the elephants. What's not to like about elephants? See, they look very clear. So I prefer like the more simplistic models. Just make it so it's very obvious to see what the models are, rather than give them like 6,000 like shades of armor and indentations. You don't need it. Damn, they fucking hate religion. Here it is, Imperial Age, Chinese versus Mongols. Those that's looking nice. Very thematic. It's Mr. Pandaria. I mean, this could almost be a different game. Just those few screenshots. What was that game? Do you remember? Was it Shadow Tactics or something like that? Where you'd have to like stealthily take out people and sneak by them. Almost looked like that for a moment. The most important thing will be how well does it play though, like the actual frame rate. If it's smooth like it is in Age of Empires 2, then no problem, but I have skepticism when it comes to that part of it. But I feel like I can tell what's happening with a moment's glance, quite obviously, which really is important, I find. I wonder what those flares do. Signal like retreat or... There's the trebuchets. Man, how egotistical is that guy? What? I missed it again. Hang on a second. It went so quickly. Look at the size of that horse. Look at the size of this statue. That's fucking massive. These buildings, this statue is like, what? How big is this statue? You spent that much stone and gold on that statue? I'm surprised you got any left for buildings. That's got to be a wonder, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe. No. Was that like a superhero monk? That's like a campaign, probably. Some sort of campaign ability or something. There's no way you can probably do that in multiplayer. That's OP. Well, that looks fine. So then take a look at the one that's actually like someone playing the game. Who got IGN though. Let's do this one. It's 4 days ago. But fans are angry. Or is this going to be like more of a review video? 2010 called. It wants its graphics back. So is this really the main problem people have? Is these clear looking graphics?
Clips that
these are just clips of what we've seen.
Like. Would it be weird enough that Microsoft modern RTS games that tends to be a little bit lackluster?
I mean, everything just looks crystal clear to me. I like that. I mean, it could be because I'm older, so I prefer my games to look clear and gameplay to be more important. Whereas I think younger people prefer like flashier graphics, but there's a huge cost to that because the gameplay sucks. Like I don't get that. I would never want that. I'd rather have like sticks and stones to play with. The gameplay is absolutely amazing. Do you know what I mean? Like stick figures.
History is
bloody IGN. Come on.
Forces, you build walls, all that classic stuff. Army size will be about 200 units in multiplayer, sometimes higher than that in the campaign.
Don't sound too excited.
Also have the Chinese their buildings, including their town center.
So a lot of this. Has there been any beta footage of Age of Empires? Because a lot of this is like, as far as I can tell, just seems to be like
which is pretty cool.
trailer footage or something.
It's very much they
That
said
looks
a
more like
game
gameplay
made
there.
to satisfy Age of Empires fans, more so just see what a classic Age of Empires game look.
See, the frame rate on the animations looks a little bit janky there. So that concerns me. I prefer the frame rate to be like as sharp and high as possible, obviously. I think everyone does, but Reforged had this kind of really weird deal where it looked like, even though the models were like super graphically advanced, you know, each to their own in terms of taste, but the models themselves seem to have like this locked in 22 frame rate or something like that. So when they moved, it didn't look right if you was playing at a frame rate higher than 22. But to be fair, in Reforged graphics, 22 was probably about as good as you can manage. Age of Empires 4 beta gameplay. This is 1 week ago. Is that Age of Empires? That's Age of Empires 2. And this video's got 243 to 338. Well, I'm not getting much information in regards to this. Oh, that music though. That was another main reason just to play Age of Empires 2. It's just for the music alone. So ridiculously good. Yeah, look at that, you can rotate the camera quite nicely to get a good shot. To me, that just looks fine. Like, it looks super clear. Looks like mobile game graphics. I think it's actually impossible to produce a game now and not have someone say that it looks like mobile game graphics. I get what you mean, but that feels like you could say that about pretty much any game that got made these days. Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see, but if this is the biggest issue that people have with Age of Empires 4, then I think they're just being a little bit superficial, to be honest. Spirit of the Law, well, he's a bit more trustworthy, isn't he? We won't watch the whole thing.
Hey
just
guys,
a bit
Spirit of the Law here. I just did a video breaking down some of the Age of Empires 4 footage that we've seen, but in this one, I want to specifically look at the...
Let's get to this bit.
I admit I'm getting hung up on the roads and aesthetics a lot, but just look at the detail on one of the roads and how it's fancier after a nearby building is finished. As you make more buildings, it seems like all of the infrastructure around them is going to slightly improve, which is a nice little detail.
It's the little
I'd expect
details,
in a
yeah.
Archer units for the Chinese. It's also entirely possible that some of these units are upgrades of others, though, in order to show off as much content as possible.
Most likely.
So
So
that's a look.
it's still just footage of trailers,
Ongoing
though.
changes even.
So we can't really seem to get a clear answer here. But I think I'm positively looking forward to Age of Empires 4. But I have no idea what their game plan is in regards to, microtransactions or any of that kind of stuff. And how much campaign levels you've got from it. Do you know what I mean? Like how much effort they put into the campaign. Because I don't know how much multiplayer I plan on playing. I just sort of obviously wouldn't mind having another RTS to play and like experience campaign-wise. I think that'd be quite fun. We'll see.